my beautiful Aquarius friends, and welcome to your horoscope for October of 2023, where Aquarius, this month, we are in the eclipse territories. We're going to have that new moon solar eclipse happening in the energy of Libra, lighting up your ninth house space. And I'm going to give you a little heads up. While this is the new moon, I actually think it's going to call for a little bit of a course correction. So we're going to talk about adjusting your plans. And also, we're going to have the full moon lunar eclipse, the last one on the axes of this Taurus Scorpio dance we've been doing. That's going to happen as we close out the month on the 28th, finishing out a ton of work and growth that you've been doing around the fourth house: home, family, real estate, property, your roots. These things have all had a fair amount of dust blown off of them. And I think really, truly, whether it's been the structure of your home, the things inside of your home, the adjustment to the structure and makeup of your family, there's been a lot of encouragement to find a different level of value in that area of your chart. So we'll talk all about that as we're traveling through this month. Okay, Aquarius, let's get in here. So right at the beginning of the month, we've got Mercury on the 4th coming into the energy of Libra. Now, this is going to light up your ninth house space. So lots going on in that ninth house vibration. The sun is there, Mars is there. Now we invite Mercury in as well. So Mercury being the planet of the mind, your thinking is clear. Your thinking is more properly directed at this ninth house space. So one of the things that keeps coming to my mind almost immediately, with Mars being here as well, is that when it comes to making a plan, going on a voyage, you're needing to do all the trips and the details and the things like this, it's fine. You can make those. And I think it's relatively clear how you can do it and how you can get it done. But you are going to have to work with another resource, so let's just take the example of you're going to plan a trip and you've got to book it with the flight agent or the travel agent or whoever the other source is. And here, this is great because you have help. You can only go so far in your planning that you're taking on by yourself, but they may be giving you a lot of options. So you're clear on what you want to do. And now they're presenting all of this additional information, or there are these additional steps that need to happen, but you've got to work with this other resource to be able to get them done. So I would love for you to, try to minimize the indecision as much as you can. Ask the questions of, okay, can you tell me more about how that would benefit me? That is a phenomenal question for you to ask this month. Or, okay, I don't quite understand how that works. Can you tell me how specifically to get that done? This could be a great way to cut the fat around all of the relationshiping dynamic that needs to happen, which is very Libra, and get you the answers. Now, other ways that this could show up for you is publishing, marketing, broadcasting, travel, international travel. All of these areas are having an expansion and a definite movement in this area, but will likely require you to connect with another resource to get it done. So play nice. That's really what Libra's the best at, okay? When we get to the 8th, we see Venus entering into the energy of Virgo, and this is going to light up your 8th house space. So as we're traveling through this 8th house energy, Venus is an attracting energy. So it's attracting, pulling into you, pulling in your direction. And where this is particularly useful in the 8th house is, one, it brings some good tidings of things that maybe need to get done. What is it that you and your partner have been working on? Is there a collaboration of some sort? You've been waiting to get that tax appointment. You've been waiting to get that therapy appointment. You've been looking for a therapist. You've been waiting to get in with an astrologer and their books have been closed. What is it that Venus is like attracting an opportunity into you in this 8th house that, again, has some level of partnership, but now in the vibration of Virgo, you're able to get it done. It's very practical. It's clear. You're clear. You're like, yes, universe, please send me a message. And the universe is like, this is it. It becomes very practical, very clear as to what's going on, because where you're going to invest your energy, your time, your wisdom has to have value to it. And that's really where Virgo helps with a lot of the discernment that I think is to your favor. Now, in another very practical way, because I am a Taurus, this could be good for collaborations. If you need to, again, attach yourself to another resource in some way, it will help you if you need to apply for that loan, you wanted to apply for that program, you need to talk to the attorney about doing the will or the estate planning, whatever it is. This is actually quite practical to help you get it done. And it brings clarity to things that you are investing your energy in. Now, on the 10th, Aquarius, we've got Pluto coming out of retrograde, moving direct at 27 degrees of Capricorn. As this planet comes out of retrograde, one of the things that I think is brought to your attention as it's living and moving through your 12th house sector, which is privacy, things going on behind the scenes, secrets, and our secrets keep us sick, unless it's a secret about a surprise party, then you can keep that secret. All the rest of them keep us sick. Where do you need some healing? Where do you have creativity that you're keeping a secret and you haven't let it out? So as Pluto comes direct, this is kind of this symbol to us that it's okay to put down the power struggle. It's okay to have the vulnerable revealing as to what's really going on in your head. Where are behavior and attitude patterns, really bothering you? You feel like you're not getting any rest for them. You feel like they have had you kind of by your short hairs for a while. As Pluto comes direct, this is where you have an opportunity to not be pulled around so much by these changes that maybe need to happen within you in order to bring about the changes externally that you would like to take on. Because sometimes what happens in the 12th house, especially here in Capricorn, it's this conversation that I feel like I've been having a lot with the Aquarius vibration this year of, that's just the way that you are made. And while it is not your fault that you are made that way, it is a beautiful piece of your makeup. It is creating challenge in your life. So what will you do to treat that, strengthen it, grow with it, work with it? These are the vibrations that Pluto allows you to put down the fight and actually just look for some solution. On the 12th, we see Mars entering into the energy of Scorpio. And wherever Mars goes, it's going to pick up space. It's going to pick up steam. It's going to be doing some things, okay? So as Mars moves into this energy of Scorpio, it begins to light up the 10th house space. So first of all, Mars in Scorpio is in domicile, so it's comfortable. Pluto is the other ruling planet of Scorpio, and it is also direct as well. However, this is Mars pushing and operating in fixed energy. We've also got an eclipse that's going to happen right across the street, and a lot of dynamic happening with Uranus, one of your ruling planets, over in the energy of Taurus, this other fixed vibration. Jupiter is retrograde over there. So there's a lot going on in terms of an opposition. So one of the things that calls to my mind about this is Mars may show you where in your career, in your soul level calling, in your title in the world, where you're needing to push a little bit. You're having to get below the surface. You can't show up and be superficial anymore. And it is telling you, dig a little bit deeper. If you want that title, if you want that experience, you may have to actually get below the surface, dig a little bit deeper to have that in your life and in your world. Now, I really think that, as Mars has been traveling through Libra, it's like, okay, this is all right. I'm being as nice and, I'm going with the flow of things. But when it moves into the energy of Scorpio, this can be a little bit more tense, especially again with the aspects that it is making. So just kind of keep that in mind as you are traveling with this, that just because it's not looking like it's all going nice, maybe there's a little tension on the table, try and find the sweet spot in the middle, okay? On the 14th, we've got this new moon solar eclipse happening at 21 degrees of Libra. Okay, this is the 9th house place, and we are going to work on the axis of Libra and Aries over this next 18 months. So you're going to spend some time really looking at this 9th house. Now, the new moon is asking us to plant your seeds of intention for what you would like to begin and allow to unfold over this next 6 months, okay? So whether it be higher education, training, and advancement in some way, shape, or form, things having to do with the law, international travel, cultural things, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, writing, or really big concepts related to faith, okay? This is where I think this particular eclipse has got you, first of all, reviewing those things, looking at it and being like, okay, Maybe I need to step out and move beyond my horizons that I've already been to. What's out there? What's a little bit further for me to consider in broadening my reach, especially in terms of relationships and people I can relate to, being very clear on where you need to go. Maybe is there a challenge that you need to solve? Did you find out that you are a particular makeup of person and now you need to align with people that you can relate with? This eclipse can pull your people, your tribe to you because you can only go so far on your own. But this eclipse in particular, what caught my eye is the fact that I'm like, whoa, now wait a minute. This may actually cause some delays for you. This could actually be the eclipse where I think you're having to reroute some plans a little bit, or reroute a negotiation in some way, shape, or form. And instead, this Mars-Saturn conversation that's also happening around this moon is giving you an opportunity to take it one little step at a time. Okay, maybe you can't go on that vacation just yet. It's not a no, it's not right now. So take it step by step by step. What needs to happen? Or maybe you wanted to travel, you wanted to take a course, you wanted to do something and expand your horizon there, and there's a little bit of a delay. It's okay. Just slow down, take it step by step by step, and it will course correct. It will in this next 6 months, okay? All right, when we get to the 22nd, this is quite busy. We've got Mercury and the Sun both moving into the energy of Scorpio. Now it's over here with Mars, and the party is just completely on. Now, as we see Mercury and the Sun come into this particular place for you, I actually think that this busies the water holes. Some things are going to start to get a little bit more social for you at this particular point. And one of the things that you can think about in this 10th house is who are the new people who are coming into your space, but they're not coming from your traditional groupings of people. Really, these are people who are maybe a bit more distant from where you're normally coming from. They're talking at a level that is, again, beneath the surface, and you can really relate with them. These could even be people at this time as you're coming to know them. You're like, man, can we be pen pals or Zoom buddies? What is it that there's some really deep connection? And maybe it's that you're driving and motivated at the same cause. You're like, yes, we both have, we both are trying to lose weight. We're both trying to get healthy. We're both dealing with challenges with our family. Whatever it is, it's like you get this deep alignment with that group of people. And I think it's really phenomenal for you. And if it's in the 10th house and we're talking about work, it could be that, yes, I feel like I'm really a part of this team because we're pushing towards the same goal. Now, Mars is still over here, so you have to watch out for things like manipulation. You're going to want to watch out for that. And it doesn't mean live in fear with it. Instead, it means ask deep and probing questions at this time. Mercury is here. If you've got something that you're trying to do, something that you're trying to communicate, and a goal you want to achieve, ask the probing questions about what is going on, how we're going to get there, and why that is the method that you're going to use. This can be incredibly impactful for you because at a very subtle level, it moves the manipulation out of the way by bringing clarity, but it also stops you from doing kind of a good job and moves you into doing the best job, which I think is something you can be really, really proud of. Okay, as we're going to close out this month on the 28th, we are going to have this full moon lunar eclipse, and this is going to be happening at 5 degrees of Taurus. So as we're experiencing this final eclipse here in Taurus, this is lighting up, of course, this 4th house, which you've been doing a lot of work on. Lots of changes around the family has been abundant, or even what you think about the family, I think has been really impactful. Things with, your parents, your physical home, where you live, foundations of even your own psychological foundations. And I'm hoping that for you at this point in the year, as this eclipse comes and you have this next 6 months to have it unfold, you are leaving this eclipse with a different sense of your own value and a different confidence about where you stand in your home, in your family dynamics, and in your own values. Now, this is a full moon, so it does ask us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. And one of the things that this could do is, coming from a position of a different understanding of your values, having all of that energy also on the other side in Scorpio, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to take on a new project. I'm ready to move in a different direction because I understand who and what I am and how I move today. Now, one of the things I would ask you to take a little bit of caution with at this particular eclipse is because we do have Mercury, Mars, the sun all rolling over there in Scorpio, but Jupiter retrograde on the other side in this Taurus energy, Uranus is here as well, is if there is a new project or there's a new undertaking that you want to take on, I would ask you to just be mindful of it. Instead, use some of this Jupiterian vibration in the energy of Taurus to say, okay, I've had a really grand idea of what I want to do in this family unit, in my home, in this project that I want to take on, in this romantic place that I would like to move and live. Let me trim the fat of it a little, bring it down to size. There's some excess that's been happening around something that you maybe want to take on. And while the ideas have been here and they've been stimulated, it's like, no, we've got to cut this down to size so that you're not biting off more than you can chew and you're actually working in reality. So try to move with a bit more intention, take it step by step by step. The changes that you're seeking are seeking you. The direction of this thing in you that wants to be fulfilled because it has value, Taurus, it's right there, Aquarius. Just take a little bit of time, embrace the journey, love a lot along the way, and it will work out, okay? All right, my beautiful Aquarian friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month, whatever you're doing. Please let me know. What are you doing? What are you doing out there, Aquarius? What are you getting yourself into? What training are you doing? Where are you getting out and beyond your own horizons? I'm so curious. Let me know in the comment section down below. Have a great month, Aquarius.